Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
It can be really hard to meet women when you're new in town.
Oh,
you know, especially going out to the bars and stuff like that. A lot of women can be kind of cold to you unless you're willing to pay for it.
No,
and I've moved around a lot in my life, and if you find the right part of town in the new area that you just moved to and you got, say, 60, 70 bucks in your pocket, women can be very accommodating. Unfortunately, though, Frank, who is on the phone with us right now for a second date update, hasn't found that out yet. Frank, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, guys. Yeah, I don't think I've found that part of town yet, and I'm hoping not to. So.
Yeah, good.
I can help you out.
Good.
You need any recommendations? I can throw them your way.
Jubal's like the Yelp of that area.
No, thank you. I'm good, man.
So your email said that you're new in town and you're having trouble meeting ladies, and then you finally met a girl to go out with, and now she's not calling you back. What's her name?
Her name's Crystal.
Crystal, and since you were having trouble meeting ladies, where did you meet Crystal at?
Well, I made a friend at my new job, and they had this friend in mind, and they wanted to set it up. So they did all the work, and it was just me showing up. It was very easy.
How many times have you gone out to try to meet people since you've been here?
3 times, and it's always ended in failure because it just seems like the women here, and I mean, I know I'm new, so I've had too much service. It's very difficult to connect with. It's just a little bit cold, it's a little bit, I don't know what it is. I'm just trying to put my finger on it. I don't get it.
Have you tried walking up behind him and tapping him on the shoulder and just going, hey, new in town, let's go back to my place?
No,
Yeah, I
don't
think
do
that
that.
should work.
Don't do anything that he says. Anything he says, do the opposite. So the date was obviously good because you want to talk to this girl again.
Yeah, definitely. I thought we really clicked. It was great, and she was attractive, and we had a fun night.
What'd you guys do?
We hit a couple of bars, and then we ended up playing pool, and I thought that was a lot of fun. She was actually a really good pool player, and she seemed to be competitive. So we ended up playing pool for a while. I even put a bet down on the last game, which was a lot of fun.
Was it like a, hey, if I win, you gotta kiss me. If you win, you gotta kiss me. If that guy on the other table wins, you gotta kiss me. One of those type of bets?
It was actually $20.
Oh, that's very literal.
And I won, which is, for me, I'm competitive, so it was, I didn't take the $20. I wanted to be a gentleman about it.
Yo, chump. She probably not calling you back because she doesn't respect you because you don't collect your debts.
That's it.
We were kind of laughing about it. That whole cool. It got weird a little bit before she left. Like, there were a couple of awkward moments at the end that made me think that maybe she didn't feel exactly the same way that I did.
Well, let's get to the awkward part then. What happened that was awkward?
We've been drinking a little bit, so it's feeling pretty good. And she was keeping up with me on the drinking too, so as you start feeling good and you feel connected with somebody, the romantic side of you starts coming out, and I'm thinking, okay, I want to get this girl. But I just couldn't find that moment, It just felt a little awkward every time I thought about it. So I finally came around and asked her if it would be okay to kiss her. And she goes, I don't kiss guys that ask me if they can kiss me.
That sucks.
That's kind of
That's
funny.
always an awkward ask, and usually it ends up like, sure, you can kiss me. Thanks for asking. You're such a gentleman. She didn't like it, though.
No, but it got worse because then I figure, okay, so my mind's like, I'm trying to go as fast as I can, even though it was a little buzz, right? But I'm saying, okay, if she doesn't like a guy asking, maybe I should just kiss her now, And so, like, I'm leaning in for the kiss, and then she pushes me away. She goes, no, I'm not going to kiss you. So I'm like, okay, I can't ask, and I can't go in for the kiss. I can't be forceful about it. So, like, what do I do? It's just weird. It was, I don't know. That part was a little awkward.
Yeah, you should have probably just held off until the second date after you got turned down once, because once she turns you down and then you're like, all right, fine, then I'm going to force it on you. What do you think about that? Usually doesn't go over very well.
So I just called a cab for her and opened the door for her. She gets in the cab, and before I close the door, I move in just a little bit closer, and I go, so no kiss, right?
What? Give it up at this point.
Hey, listen, sometimes you can't stop yourself from feeling that way. It's just it was in my mind, and I I had to try.
So you're just harping on the kiss.
Yeah.
So she just looked at me and she smiled and she goes, I think you might have a bad memory because I've already told you no twice.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I think I know why she's not calling you back.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
I don't think it was that. I mean, I know maybe the way I'm describing it might sound like I was being forceful, but it was, I was a gentleman about the whole thing.
Yeah, but
it was just more awkward than it was forceful.
It's not even necessarily being forceful, but it's just constantly being like, okay, so how about that kiss now?
Yeah.
All right, 10 minutes has gone by. Hey, are we going to kiss or no? You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
And I feel like even calling her for a second date at this point is just pushing it.
I don't think I'm pushing that hard, to be honest with you. I mean, it may sound bad talking about it now, but it was more of a playful thing. I mean, the whole night was like that.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, cool. Thanks, guys.
All right, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I feel bad for the guy who's on the phone for a second date update today. His name is Frank, and if you missed the first part of the second date update, he told us about how everything went down on his date with a girl named Crystal. They met up at a bar, had a fun time, but he asked her repeatedly for a kiss. He tried to kiss her 3 times, and each time he got denied.
God.
And that's why he thinks he's not getting a call back today. Before we call her, Frank, I do want to say I feel really bad for you, man.
Thanks, Jubal.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be a good reason. Like I said, we had a playful time.
Yeah, before we get into all that, I just want to comfort you. Because to get turned down for a kiss that many times, I can't stand for that. I like kisses. And that's why right now you and I over the phone are going to have a little makeout sesh before we make the phone call, okay? You ready to?
What?
Yeah, a little kiss over the phone, okay?
It's like the welcome committee.
Will you kiss me, Frank? Because I'll kiss you right now.
Listen, if these words were coming from
All right.
Too late.
Jubal,
Too late.
Look on the line.
I'm already making out with you, Frank.
I feel like
You were a good kisser, Frank. I'm surprised that she didn't want to kiss you.
Wow.
yeah.
I know. That's
every
what most
day.
people say after they kiss me. Just wow. Speechless.
Poor Frank. He just moved to town. Welcome to town,
Yeah,
Frank.
Sorry, dude. He's kind of special.
Oh.
All right, Frank. I'm going to dial the phone number right now, get her on the phone, and see if it was your incessant trying to kiss her that is causing her not to call you back, all right?
All right.
And-
Thanks, man.
Look how awkward
If
he
she,
sounds
I
now.
mean, if she does kiss him on the next date, it'll be like she kissed Jubal too.
Hey.
You know how that works.
You want to kiss real quick before I dial the phone number? One more?
No, I'm good, man. Thanks.
All right. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to dial the phone number right now.
Hello.
Hi, I was looking for Crystal.
Speaking. Who's this?
Hey, Crystal, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm fine. Who is this again?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show.
Did I win something?
No, you did not win anything, but I do want to talk to you for a second about a date that you recently went on.
I'm sorry. Wait, you need to talk to me about a date that I went on?
Yeah. We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update, and somebody recently emailed us about you.
Someone emailed you about me.
Yes.
And so you're calling me to ask me what?
Why you're not calling him back. His name is Frank. Do you remember going out with a guy named Frank?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So Frank told us that he likes you a lot. He told us a little bit about your date and said that he would really like to see you again, but you're not calling him back. Is there a particular reason?
Oh, there's a reason.
All right. Was it the fact that he tried to kiss you like 1,700 times on your date?
That definitely played a part. There was more to it, not just that.
You have a few minutes to tell us what the more to it is?
I don't mind. I really do have something else I have to do, but he probably should know anyways. If you guys should just pass that to him. Yeah.
Pass what to him?
The reason.
What is?
Okay, what is the reason?
Well, he has a fragrance about him.
Does he-
Fragrance.
Are
That's
you
usually
saying-
not a good cologne type of smell when you word it like that.
It's definitely not a cologne, and it's definitely not a good one.
Yeah.
So is it just body odor? What is it?
I don't know what it is, but it is very strong.
What do you have is there anything you can compare it to?
Oh, absolutely nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
It's probably the strongest thing I have ever smelled in my life.
So he smelled weird. That's probably why you turned him down for so many kisses, huh?
Oh.
I didn't even want to be within 100 yards of him.
Oh, no.
God.
Yeah.
Why'd you?
You know, I got to jump in. This is ridiculous what I'm hearing right now.
Wow.
Totally ridiculous.
Who is this?
That is Frank, Crystal. He's actually on the other line listening.
Yeah, and I'm not happy.
So wait a
because
minute.
I'm
You
gonna
had
hear
him
this.
on the phone the whole time, and we're just sitting here?
Yeah. I was going to tell you that a little later, but then Frank decided to jump in, so.
Great. Here we go.
Yeah, I can't believe you're saying that. I don't smell.
Okay. So I really don't have a lot of time, really, to talk about this, but I'm just going to say, to be honest with you, maybe you were nervous before. Maybe your deodorant doesn't work. Maybe you need something stronger. I don't know. But when you gave me a high five, you literally almost knocked me out unconscious.
Whoa.
What?
True story. True
Yeah, I
story.
think you
So
helped me with this.
if
It's
you're
really
wondering
uncomfortable
why,
stuff right
that
now.
is definitely the reason. You probably should bathe thoroughly before a date. Just saying. I have nothing else to say. It's pretty clear. I thought it was clear that I was like 9,000 cars away from you when you tried to give me a kiss. So I'm really done.
You don't sound remorseful. Like, you're not being very nice about approaching his smell, though.
Because it's ridiculous. And honestly, I'm not going to sit here on the radio. I'm already blindsided by being on the radio already. And it was very clear that I wasn't really interested after he tried to kiss me 411,000 times and I said no. So, and now since he's putting me in a position, now I have to be firm to let you know, if we're looking for a second date, an 11th date, a 12th date, a 1,000th date, it's the exact same reason. It's no all day long. So there we go. I have to go. Sorry, guys. Thanks for calling. I got to go. Bye.
That was direct.
Pretty, blunt and to the point.
Yeah.
Hey, Frank, I don't think you're getting a second date.
Ouch. Has anyone ever commented on your smell before, Frank?
Okay, look, I'm going to give it to you guys straight, all right? I'm not like one of those sissy boys that walks around smelling like freaking cucumbers and strawberries, okay? That's not me, and that's just not what I do. You know, I don't shower every day for a reason. It's unhealthy. So if that's what she's referring to...
Wait, did you say you don't shower every day?
Yeah, I mean, it's scientifically proven that if you shower every day, you're stripping your body because the skin is a protective layer, right? It's not meant to be washed off every day or scrubbed off every day.
He's actually right.
You know? So,
Yeah,
We're
I've heard
obsessed
those,
in this country
I've heard
with-
those studies, but you know what? I still take like 3 or 4 showers a day because I don't give a shit. I'd rather not smell.
You don't smell if you don't shower for 1 or 2 days.
Oh, no, you do, Brooke.
No, whatever.
Believe me,
I will shower
I work-
twice a week. That's plenty.
I work with you. Trust me. There have been some occasions where I'm like, whoa, somebody's a little ripe today.
It's
it's
fine.
not like I smell. I don't smell like ass. It's just natural musk. It's human pheromones.
Smells like a man.
There are women that are attracted to my pheromone type. It's been proven. I mean, I know women that gravitate towards me just because of my natural smell.
Maybe.
It's the Frank smell. It's me.
The Frank
It's
smell.
the Frank smell.
Oh, the Frank. How often do you shower then?
I mean, I feel like I have a calendar, but maybe every 10 to 14 days or so.
Okay, that's even a lot for me.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie on that one.
You have to smell a little bit
Yeah.
He's fully embraced the
What?
theory.
Listen, it's just me. It's natural. It's naturally Frank. It's just my scent, guys. I have a scent, just like everybody does.
then. Yeah.
Normal.
Okay, well, I guess that's why she's not calling you back. She didn't like your scent.
Yes, I just have to leave it up to a woman that gets it, man. This is a tough town, guys. It really is a tough town. I
Tough
don't get
town.
it.
Showers way too much.
Yeah. Or maybe that's why women aren't talking to you in the bars when you go out. You ever think of that?
Yeah.
No, it's kind of, this is a one-time thing. I've never heard somebody go off like this about my smell. Crystal obviously is just off her rocker.
Sounds crazy to me, but you know what? No matter what, it is a second date update, so I have to ask the question. Hey, Crystal, even though you hung up, would you like to go out on a second date with Frank? We will pay for it. No, I don't want to because Frank smells funny, stinky. Are you sure? Frank, do you have anything else to say to Crystal?
Yeah, I don't want to go on a date with her either,
Yeah,
so
well,
it's
you
all good.
stupid. You stinky. You smell. I don't like you either.
Oh, my God.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Today might actually be a first for the second date updates. If you missed the one that just played, Frank wanted to call a girl named Crystal because she wasn't calling him back. We found out the reason she wasn't calling him back. Frank only likes to shower once every 10 to 14 days and has what he calls his scent, the scent of Frank, which she was not a fan of. She said that he smelled disgusting. Somebody texted in at 78592. The reason I say it might be a first, they made a very good point. They said, this is the part where people are usually texting in saying, hey, what's his number? I'll go out with him. They ask, I'm curious, is anybody wanting to go out with the guy who smells? No, we have not received one text message saying, I'll go out with Frank. And we've had some weird people. And after every single second date update, people text in like, give him my number. They sound cute. Nobody's texting that about Frank because he stinks.
14 days is a long time. Like 5 days, I feel like I can get behind.
Yeah.
2 weeks
Yeah.
is even a deal breaker for me.
Somebody even said,
I
hey,
can't,
Somebody said, I work with certain homeless people that shower more than this guy.
It's true.
Yeah, exactly. So he just can't understand why girls aren't calling him back. Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, Brooke and Jubal at moving925.com. We will call the person who didn't call you back.
Looking for the perfect birthday or anniversary gift or a special date night? Well, then you need Zodart, Seattle's only exotic car rental company. Visit Zodart.com to book an exotic special car for that very special day.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
To date or not to date? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler to use Tinder and suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or Craigslist and take up arms against a sea of weirdos.
Yeah, don't do that.
Why am I opening up today's second date update like that? Because Erica is on the phone and she wants to call a guy named Alan, and they met in an acting class.
Oh, that
What's up, Erica? How did I do?
Sense.
You did great. You should join the class with us.
Okay, definitely.
Oh my
Maybe I'll
God.
think about that. What's the guy's name that you want to call today?
His name's Alan.
Alan, and your email said that you guys met in acting class. How'd that go down?
Well, we met in class, and he really stood out to me because he just had like a great set of hair, like a full head.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. That's awesome.
Standard?
Yeah.
Is this an ongoing class, or was this just a one-time class that you took?
It's an 8-week class, so yeah, it's an ongoing class.
Okay. So how far into your 8 weeks before either you or he asked each other out?
We were into the second week.
Okay, so second week in,
Yeah.
and how did you guys officially decide to go out?
Well, we were hanging out after class, and he asked me if I wanted to hang out and like go over things.
Oh, I was hoping it would be more romantic than that.
No, it wasn't, Jubal. You wanted more of a script.
Yes, I did. All right, that's
He's like, hey, what's up?
it's not very Hollywood at all.
And did it seem like a date, or did it seem like he wanted to go over and practice acting stuff with you?
It definitely seemed like a date. We were being very flirtatious when he asked me, and it was just us.
Oh, cool. Okay, so like everybody had gone home and it was just you two?
Yeah, we were just hanging out outside.
All right,
Okay.
and what did you guys do when you went out?
Well, he texted me after a couple days and asked me if I wanted to come over and make tamales.
Oh, that's a cute date.
Yeah, he can cook.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, because I guess they're hard to make, and he said he could teach me. So I was like, yeah, that sounds great.
I love tamales. Do you have any left over?
Seriously.
No, sadly.
I don't really care if we do your second date update anymore. I just want some food. Do you enjoy making tamales with him?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. He's really funny, and so he made me laugh, and he was really patient. My tamales were like, they were so bad. They were really good. He seemed really helpful with me, so.
That sounds romantic.
Yeah, it was really romantic. It was nice.
Okay, so if you spend some time with this dude making romantic tamales, why do you think he's not calling you back?
I'm not sure. The whole night was really great, and I guess you go through things of like what went wrong, and there was one point where he pointed out something I do that I didn't realize I did, which apparently I compartmentalize my food, like when I eat it.
What do you mean? Like you make sure it doesn't touch?
Yeah, like nothing touches when I eat like something one at a time.
You're one of those people?
Yeah, I didn't realize that I did that.
Oh, you didn't even know that you did that?
No, but I do. I now notice it like every day.
When you said he commented on it, how did he do that?
It was kind of like, oh. And I was like, what? What's going on? And he was like, well, you compartmentalize your food.
That would be the weirdest thing to turn somebody off ever. You're not letting your tamale touch your beans that are on the plate, and that is I can't deal.
I thought that too. I thought that would be great.
I have a hard time believing that would cause somebody to not call you back. How did you guys end everything?
Gave me a kiss on the cheek, and we were like, I'll see you in class. I believe I really didn't like overstay my welcome at this place for the first date.
Oh, no, you should have slept over. Like, just brought your overnight bag with you. I'm sleeping on the couch tonight, right?
So, have you seen him?
Yeah, he was in the next class after. You know, we said hi to each other, then after I was trying to talk to him, he was kind of cold, a little standoffish. So, I don't know, and I asked him if he wanted to hang out, and he said he was busy.
Oh, a little busy excuse, huh?
Yeah.
Was he being rude to you?
No, I wouldn't say rude. It just wasn't, as welcoming as he had been before.
Right. Because if he liked you and he wanted to continue to see you, he'd do things like sit next to you in class or make eye contact.
Yeah, now it's like really awkward when I see him, and we only have a couple classes left, and I just it's just kind of strange.
Weird.
And I'm just wondering if I did something wrong, so I thought I'd call you guys to help me figure it out.
Okay. I think it's a food thing. You separated your food like a weirdo, and it ruined your chances with this guy. We'll play a song.
I eat like an 8-year-old?
Yes. We'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, great.
All right, hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Hey, Erica?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't think we're going to be able to do your second date update today.
What?
Why is that?
Well, because I don't know what my motivation is.
Oh.
I have no direction. There's a blemish on my nose, and the lighting in this room is f***ing off. The lighting is f***ing terrible in here.
I knew you would be that type of actor. I did.
I can't do it. I just can't. I'm going to go outside for a smoke. I'll be back in 15 minutes, and then we'll try it again.
Let's go to his trailer.
You got it.
All right.
You figured it out.
Erica wants to call a guy named Alan that she met in her acting class. They went out together. They made tamales. They had a fun time, fun conversation. She said he was funny. Yeah. Also added that he had a full head of hair, which she liked a lot. And ever since they went out, he's not calling her back. And also, they've seen each other in acting class, and he's been very cold to her, just saying that he's busy and he can't go out again. So she wants to see if she did something wrong. Are you ready to call him?
Yeah, let's do it.
Are you worried that this is going to make things more strange?
Whatever. The class will end.
Yeah, we only got a few more weeks, right?
At this point, it's already weird. It can't get weirder.
It'll be a good story.
Okay. I'm going to call him right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is Alan there?
Speaking.
Hey, Alan, how are you? My name is Jubal, and I host a morning radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry, Jubal?
Yes, Jubal, from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
Have you ever heard the show before at all?
No, I'm not familiar.
Oh, okay.
Is it on the radio?
Yes.
I mostly listen to NPR, sorry.
NPR, I'm not familiar with that rapper.
That would be so badass if NPR was a rapper.
Well, we are a radio show, and we do a segment called the Second Date Update. So you recently went on a date with one of our listeners.
Okay, who was it?
Her name is Erica.
She emailed you.
Yeah, Erica
What'd
emailed
she
us.
say?
Well, she emailed us and said that you guys met in acting class, and you got together one night to make tamales. And ever since then, you've kind of been cold to her in the acting class, and you haven't responded to like her phone calls or text messages or anything.
Okay. I don't understand why she emailed you.
Well, I guess she says that she's tried to talk to you a little bit, but you've been cold. And when she asked you if you wanted to go out again, you're just like, I'm busy, and then didn't want to talk to her. So she figured we might be able to find something out.
I don't know what you want me to say. It's not working.
Is there a specific reason?
Well, yes and no, but I don't really see why I'm going to talk to you about it.
Well, because you're not telling her. Like, you have to understand from her perspective, it's awkward for her to be in a class every day with a guy who obviously doesn't want to go out with you, and you have no idea why.
So the best thing for her to do is to email a radio station.
I think so.
No, you
I
get the
do.
truth one way or the other.
We do a lot of these second date updates. It works for a lot of people.
Well, I think it says something about her sanity.
Is that it? Do you feel like she's not sane?
No, I'm not saying she's not sane. I'm just choosing to go our separate ways as much as we can, even though we still have to be in that class together, because I think it's going to be better for both of us.
So you're deciding for her what's better for her.
Yeah, what?
Well, I'm deciding what's better for me, and I happen to believe it's got to be better for her.
And what is that?
I don't know why I'm telling you guys this. There's something about her vibe. I don't want to talk about auras and stuff, but there's definitely something about hers that clashes with mine.
Her vibe clashes with your vibe.
Only people in an acting class would say something like that.
What do you mean by that?
Look, she'd come over to my house. We made tamales. There was like some awkwardness there. I didn't think anything of it. But then the next week in class, we had to do these monologues, right?
Okay.
And when I went up to do mine, I felt off. Like I couldn't get in the right headspace. I could just feel that my energy was being sucked, and I feel like a lot of it has to do with her.
What?
That you feel like your energy was off when you were doing your monologue because of her. How?
It's hard to explain to the layperson. Meaning not an actor. I mean, I don't know what you guys do as like radio personalities.
Yeah, no, radio is bottom of the barrel, not much of an art.
We're as layperson as you get.
Like, have you ever taken an acting class?
No.
I have.
I mean, in high school, but I don't think that counts.
I'm not talking about like lay on the floor and be an ice cream cone stuff. I mean, like really getting into like what's inside of you.
No, I've never really gotten in touch with what's inside of me.
Thank God.
That's a whole separate problem.
Yeah. Was it something that she did?
It wasn't anything she did. It was just her energy, you know? It's like when I got up to do my monologue, it sucked. And I'm f***ing good, all right? But this girl, something about her, I know it's her. I know it was her. It put me in the wrong space.
So you're blaming her for you not doing a good job on your monologue.
Look, if you don't understand it, it's just because you're not in touch. You know, you said you haven't been inside yourself. Well, maybe you should take a big swim in Lake U, because in order to get creative energy, you need to be free to do that.
Okay.
Don't you think it's a little unfair to say someone's being ruined your abilities? I mean, it could have been like, what if did you have a stressful week, or you had a fight with your mom? I don't know.
If I had a stressful week, I have the tools that I can channel that stress into a brilliant performance.
Oh.
Okay.
But she took those tools away from me. I don't know how to tell you that she did, but she did.
That tool thief.
Oh my God.
She's a tool thief.
Weird.
And that's the reason that you're not calling her back. You feel like you can't be creative with her in your life.
Yeah, like I need a muse, and she is not a muse. She's a succubus. And she pulls the energy out of me. Every creative juice that I have was sucked out of me by just her presence.
Oh my God.
That is intense,
Jeez.
sir.
Sorry about that.
She didn't feel the same way at all, I don't think.
Well, look, her monologue was not great either, and either she's just a bad actress or I'm affecting her too.
Okay, so you think that just the two of you together, you can't be successful actors because your energy doesn't fit.
Right. Like, I can't practice my craft to the best of my ability if I have a succubus on me.
I can't believe you.
Some people like succubuses, some people don't. I mean, I can't change how you feel. It kind of doesn't make sense to me because I'm not you, but I do know that she's on the other line listening right now and would love to talk to you.
What? Are you seriously?
Yeah, Erica?
Hi.
So she heard everything I just said?
Yes, she did.
Yeah, I did.
And do you not
Are
agree
you
with it?
serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
I was thinking like you were dating somebody else. Like now you think I'm like some voodoo witch or something.
So you think that your monologue was good?
Oh.
I wouldn't say it was the best I ever had, but I can recognize that and not blame it on somebody else.
Well, maybe you're not in touch with yourself enough to know what's affecting you.
Maybe you're a little too pretentious for the class.
I'm pretentious.
Yeah, do you hear yourself speaking right now?
Okay, Erica, explain this to me. All right, look at it all as a whole. The week before in class, My monologue was beautiful. Like the teacher said, it was the best work she'd seen. The next week, after having spent just a little bit of time with you, I'm mixing up Macbeth and Hamlet, and it's all coming out apples and oranges. What other excuse could there be?
I don't know. Maybe you didn't get enough sleep. Honestly, Alan, I don't get it because you weren't bad. I wasn't bad.
You have completely skewed ideas of what's bad. Bad for me is probably your best day.
I don't know why you're being like this. Did we not have a good time? Did we not have fun when we were hanging out?
That's not the point, Erica. Clearly, from a creative perspective and from a professional perspective, we're not good for each other. Our energies clash.
So even if you had fun and liked each other, it's not worth it because it's going to screw up your careers.
It could have been the best date in the world, but it's not worth it to me to continue dating someone that's going to pull my creativity out of my stomach.
Erica, did you?
Oh my God!
I mean, you're kind of being a jerk to her right now.
Yeah.
She didn't do anything on purpose, even if you feel like she sucked your creativity out.
Look, I'm sorry if I said hurtful things, but I think it's best that we don't pursue anything because it's clearly affecting both of us.
I mean, people have bad weeks, but it's an acting class. You get through it, you take notes, and you go to the next class and try to do better.
Maybe you don't understand this. Some of us, like myself, are trained and know how to focus stressful days or bad energies and still be fantastic. You, however, changed all of that for me. One date with you, and I had nothing left.
Oh!
Sweetie, I'm really sorry, but you really aren't that good. The teacher gives you the most notes for a reason.
No, the teacher gave me notes because the teacher thinks that there's something there that can be improved upon. You didn't get a lot of notes because, you know what? Well, she's never going to get any better.
Wow!
Who knew it could be so catty in acting class?
It's an act off.
I know what the answer is going to be here, but I would like to ask the question regardless. Alan, would you like to go on a second date with Erica? We will pay for it.
Obviously not.
And Erica, I'm assuming that you don't want to see Alan again?
Yeah, hell no.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
wanna
good.
Drop out of the class?
No, I'll be there. You'll see me.
Oh, man.
Oh, this is going to be good.
I hope that both of you can channel that awkwardness into great monologues for future classes.
I'll be able to channel all of this energy, including this sour energy that you just put in me, and I'll be able to do great work, and I'm going to book a lot of gigs. Erica, however, is going to be stuck doing nothing, waiting tables, and maybe you can give her a job on your radio station.
Alan, I guarantee you in 10 years, I'm going to be the one who's successful, and you will not.
Yeah, successful at cashing welfare checks. Good luck.
Whoa, that was below the belt.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
We may have found the most hated second dater ever.
Yeah.
It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. In today's second date update, Erica wanted to call a guy named Alan. They met in their acting class. Mm-hmm. They went out on a date. He wasn't calling her back, so we got him on the phone and found out the reason that he was ignoring her was because she's a succubus.
Oh.
And she sucked all of his energy away.
Yes.
And he couldn't create like an actor of his caliber can create in class. He said after the date, the next time they were in acting class together, he tried to do a monologue, and it was just terrible. And he blamed her. A text message in at 78592 saying, Alan is the reason why actors are said to be high maintenance.
Oh, yeah.
What an a-hole.
He really lived up to the stereotype there, that's for sure. And
Yeah.
she dodged a bullet, man.
She really did.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're both actors, so they'll probably end up in some sort of relationship at some point.
Of course.
Well, what's going to be funny is that he actually becomes super famous, and the joke's all on us.
Yeah, exactly. And he's on Fallon or one of the late night shows, and they're like, when was the point you knew that you were going to make it in this business? Like, well, I was on this radio show, and I had gone out with a horrible succubus of a woman. And that's when I realized I needed to focus on me, and I'm the only one who can bring my energy to a creative point where I can create properly.
Bravo,
for the masses.
sir.
Yes.
Bravo.
And people will give him a standing ovation.
Yes.
So anyway, everybody hates him on the text message board at 78592 because he was a jerk to her.
Yeah,
He just takes himself too seriously.
and she didn't do anything except for just be herself.
Well, that is the problem. If she would have been an actor and been somebody else, maybe he wouldn't have had all of his energy sucked out of his body. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
It's always nice to have fond memories after a first date. Like, I remember our first date. We had pasta overlooking the water, and it was beautiful. Or we went for a long hike to the top of a beautiful mountain and saw the sunset. What a lovely memory. Or I remember when I got physically assaulted by them on a first date.
What?
That's always a great memory to have. And that's sort of what happened to Harry, who's on the phone right now and wants to do a second date update. His date physically assaulted him on their first date, but he still wants to call her back. You'll understand why he wants to call her back in a second. Harry, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
Pretty good, man. Thank you for your email, and thank you for agreeing to do a second date update with us today. Before we get into how you were physically assaulted on your first date, tell us a little bit about the girl you want to call today.
All right. Her name's Samantha. We met at a club. I was out for one of my best friend's birthdays. We had been pre-gaming, partying in the early evening. We went out, and it was like an amazing night. And then I met her. She had the most beautiful eyes, amazing life, and we started talking.
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt. You're making it sound like the moment was just beautiful, and she had beautiful eyes. You're at a club. You just thought she was hot.
I think that's what he was saying. Beautiful eyes and sexy legs. I mean, I think that's exactly what he was saying right there. He said he was attracted to her.
Yeah, I thought she was hot. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so how did you approach her at the bar?
I kind of just walked up to her and just struck up a conversation. I was feeling really confident because I had been drinking. And
It does help a lot. So how long were you guys hanging out together at the club?
Probably at the club for like 2 hours, drinking and dancing and hanging out.
So were you?
2 hours, I'd say.
Were you semi-sober when you met her?
I mean, we were drinking pretty much the whole time, so I was pretty tipsy.
Do you remember much of the conversation with her, or you don't really care?
At the time, it seemed like we were having such a brilliant conversation, but I couldn't tell you.
I've had many of those.
Yeah, that's what always happens. You're like, oh man, we were breaking down everything. And then somebody shows you a video and you guys are like, oh, I didn't have no idea what I was talking about. All right, so how did the rest of the evening go with her?
It was going really good. We went back to my place, and things started to get a little intimate. It was nice. And that's kind of when things took a turn for the worse.
And that's when the assault happened.
What is
Right,
the
Mary?
assault?
Do I have to say it?
Yeah, you do have to say it.
All right, well, we were being intimate while she was having her moment. Somehow I had a need in the face.
So she kneed him in the face while they were doing it.
What? Did you scream or what? I mean, that had to ruin everything.
I was so shocked. I literally fell off the bed. It was really hard, and I'm not sure if it's from her knee or the fall off the bed, but I had like a cut on like kind of the like edge of my forehead.
So you're
Drunk
bleeding?
sex is the best, isn't it? Just flailing around on the bed. She knees you in the head and you fall off and then get a cut on your head.
Yeah, I guess it's funny now, but it wasn't so great at the time.
What did she say to you after that?
From what I remember, she just came right over and like was really apologetic and trying to take care of me. You know, I was like kind of blacked out a bit.
Yeah, she gets some gauze and bandage up your head like you had a huge head wound.
Well, she took me in the bathroom and she was putting like cold water on my forehead, and like she got a little like a towel and put it over my forehead. Like she was doing what she could.
She injured you. Of course she's going to try to help you out.
I wouldn't call you back after a night like that either. That sounds horrible.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. I think she's embarrassed because we were having a great, I mean, this is like, I'm embarrassed. I can't imagine what she feels like.
Yeah.
This is like the most bizarre thing that's ever happened to me.
Have you sent her any text messages or called her being like, hey, I think it's funny what happened. It's okay. Don't be embarrassed.
No, I've been texting her, like, I texted her like a bunch of times trying to make her feel better and, you know, kind of like to like play it down like it's a joke. Like, you know, I don't want her to see the bandage on my forehead, you know?
And has she said anything back to you at all?
No.
Okay, my guess is she probably is embarrassed and doesn't want to call you back after that. I can understand that.
That's what I'm thinking because, you know, in the morning she wasn't there. She just left. So like that's exactly what I'm thinking.
When you give your date a concussion on the first date during sex, you might be a little scared to call them back.
Yeah, so I mean that's why I sent you guys the email.
All right, well,
Makes sense.
we're going to play a song, come back, call her, hear her side of the story,
I can't wait.
and get your second date update, all right?
Okay.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Today's second date update should be a lesson to all of the ladies listening right now. If you want a guy to be interested in you, so much so that he's willing to call a radio station to get a hold of you, all you have to do is knee him in the head during sexual relations. That's all it takes for a guy to really want to call you back. Harry is on the phone with us, and today he wants to call a girl named Samantha. Samantha and him had a drunken night at his place. They were hammered. They were doing the things that people do when they're hammered, and in the middle of it, she kneed him in the head, and then he fell off the bed and cut his head. And when he woke up in the morning, she was gone. So he's assuming that she was just a little embarrassed about the situation and isn't calling him back. Harry, before we make your phone call, how long ago did this happen?
The actual incident was probably like a month ago.
Oh, it's that long that you've been trying to get a hold of her. So, do you have it worked out in your head what you're going to say once you get her on the phone?
That's what you guys are here to help for, right?
And how many text messages have you sent her telling her that it's okay what she did?
Too many. A bunch.
Okay. All right, well, I'm going to dial the phone number, see if we can get her on the phone, and get your second date update, okay?
All right.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is Samantha there?
No, she's in the shower. Can I take a message?
Sure. Who am I speaking with?
This is and is this stuff office?
Maybe. I'd really like to speak to Samantha, please.
I'm her boyfriend. I can speak for her. It's fine.
You're her boyfriend?
Yeah. Are you calling us back about the appointment?
Yes, I am, and the results are all back.
What are you talking about? We haven't been in yet.
Oh, no, I got all the results right here.
No, I'm sure we haven't been in yet. We were coming in for the pregnancy test.
Oh. Those are the results you're looking for.
Yeah, is this Dr.
Yes, it is. And you say that you haven't been in for the pregnancy test yet.
No, we haven't been in for the pregnancy test yet.
Okay. All right, what I'm looking at is wrong then. I'm sorry. My notes say that you guys went in. So you need an appointment?
Yeah, that's what we were waiting on.
Okay, got it. Cool. Well, I should talk to her about this.
I mean, she's in the shower, but I guess you could call back.
All right, I'll do that. How about that? I'll check my notes because obviously something I got is screwed up. It says that you've already been in and you haven't, so I'll check my notes and then I'll give her a call, okay?
All right. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you. What was your name again?
Oh, I'm Kevin.
Kevin, looking forward to seeing you.
All right. Thank you.
Yep, bye-bye.
Oh,
wow.
Is that a joke?
Harry?
I don't even know what to say. What the
Oh my
God.
I hope you don't mind me letting that guy go. I felt like I shouldn't have revealed to him that this was a big thing.
Oh my God.
So there's that. Yeah, I felt like
This is
as soon as he started talking about doctor's office, I was screwing with him, and then as soon as he said the pregnant thing, I was like, I can't do it, man.
Yeah, that's intense, man.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna contact
I'm not
her?
going to do anything.
But look at the timing. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't jump to conclusions, but
What
if you're talking about you hooked up a month ago and she's just now going to a doctor's office,
No. We use protection, definitely.
Sometimes it can fail, you know.
that's not 100%.
I just can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
Dude.
Neither can
I don't know what to say. I mean, like, nothing like this has ever happened to me before. This is...
I can still, try to call back and get her on the phone at some point and see if I can get you...
No. I don't want to get involved in any way.
Do you think that there's any way that maybe this is like a new boyfriend? I'm just trying to look at like some sort of positive out of this.
That she wants to have a baby with?
I don't know, Lydia.
I think it's pretty obvious here, Harry.
Oh, this is
She was
horrible.
at the bar, drunk, hooked up with you, realized that she made a mistake, probably feeling guilty.
Of course.
Not
Need
calling
him-
you back because she has a boyfriend who she thinks may have gotten her pregnant.
Oh, man.
Oh, this is so insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I had no idea. She seemed single.
Yeah, did she ever say to you throughout your date, did she seem like she had a boyfriend or anything at all?
Not at all.
Did she seem like she had a bun in the oven at all?
No.
No, okay. I don't know. Some guys are attracted to that. I don't know.
She
Like
was
maybe-
at a bar drinking all night, Jubal. I think that's a pretty indication, good indication.
Not
that-
really.
I just can't believe that happened.
Well, this is normally the time where I'm like, hey, do you want to go on a second date? We'll pay for it. I don't really know how to handle this one at all.
What do we do?
I guess I can send you out on the date with a text messenger. Somebody texts into the show. Do you want a date with just a random person from the show?
You know, I think I should be more cautious on who I go out with.
Yeah,
Yes, thank
exactly.
you.
Because
Finally.
trust me, you don't want to date with anybody that's texting into our show at 78592. All right, well, at least you got your answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope for you that, like, 17 years from now, some kid doesn't show up and go, hey, we have the same nose. You hooked up with my mom years ago.
Oh, God. That is not funny at all.
I think it is, a little bit.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I want to address something on the text message board right now at 78592. No, I am not calling that girl back.
Thank you.
I am not doing it. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5. If you don't know what I'm talking about the second date update that we just played.
Wow.
This guy, Harry, wanted us to call this girl. I'm not using her name. We actually beeped it out in the second date update when we taped it because I don't want to blow up her spot too much.
Yeah.
But a guy named Kevin answered the phone. We left that name in there because there's lots of Kevins. Whatever. But anyway, a guy named Kevin answered the phone, and I was joking with him because he's like, oh, is this a doctor's office? And I was kind of doing my thing, going like, yeah, it is a doctor's office, like an idiot, like I do. And then it came out that apparently they are trying to make an appointment for a pregnancy test. Harry hooked up with this girl. They had a wild night. She ended up kneeing him in the face while they were doing it, which is funny. And then she left the next day. He thought maybe she was embarrassed. Turns out she probably was embarrassed and a little bit upset at herself that she cheated on her boyfriend because this guy sounded like they lived together and they've probably been together a long time. Anyway, I decided to stop it and not continue to go on with it anymore.
God.
And thank you, by the way. Thank you, everybody on Twitter who has tweeted me. And everybody texting in at 78592 saying I did the right thing.
For once.
For once in my life.
I was so worried that you were gonna like say something to
I
this
was going
man.
to.
I
And
mean,
I really
seriously.
was. I was like on the fence. I'm like, all right, I can't put them on blast like that.
And the
Like
thing is-
if this girl cheated on the dude, that's one thing. But if there's a unborn kid involved, I don't want to be the guy to ruin that whole thing. Like I'll let them figure that out on their own.
And there's no way you make a doctor appointment for a pregnancy test unless you've already taken a pregnancy test and it's come back positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's
that
I mean,
is-
this is real life. It's not a joke.
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah. Well, it would have been
Oh,
awesome just to
buddy.
do it. Like they're just like, "What? You cheated on me?" And now this might be that guy's kid, and we're just like, Jose's in the background just going crazy. Oh my god, this is nuts!
Oh my God, your lives are ruined.
Yeah, we hit the big like Brooke and Jubal in the morning sweeper and get out.
Oh, it's so bad.
hey,
turned
Young
into
Jeffrey's
Maury.
song of the week coming up next.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, it is coming up next.
You can ask the guys if they want to go on a date and talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. You guys want to go on it? Yeah, it would just have all been terrible. So for the first time in my life, I thought I'd make the appropriate decision and be like, nah, I can't do
Good
it.
job, Jubal.
If you missed it, make sure you listen to it on our website. It'll be uploaded in a little while, movie925.com.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I think the best way to make a first impression on a first date is to show her your rage issues right away. You know what I mean? Just rage on the first date the whole time. Usually ladies like that a lot.
Anger to turn us
Yeah,
on.
they do. Oh, they love it. That's why Adam is on the phone right now. He emailed us about a date that he had that he feels didn't go so great because he was a little angry when he showed up to his date. Oh, no. Adam, how are you?
Hey, guys. How are you? I'm good.
Hey, man, first of all, I will say I read your email, and the issue that you had in getting to your date and the way you acted on your date, I can't blame you. I think I would have acted the same way. I've been in this situation a lot. But go ahead and tell everybody about how you met the girl that you want us to call today.
So her name was Ren.
Ren?
And, it was one of those, friend of a friend thing. We were both single. They set us up. Thought she was real good looking. I was really attracted to her. Looking through her pictures, it really seemed like she was going to be a good fit. So I was pretty stoked on the date from the beginning before we even actually met for the date.
Right, before you met and showed her your angry side.
Dude, I didn't mean to show her my angry face. That wasn't the goal of the date.
Yeah, but in your email you said you got there and you just raged for the whole time pretty much, and you felt kind of awkward about it. Explain what happened.
I mean, I gave myself plenty of time to get to coffee. Last thing I want to do on a first date is show up late. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this ass turns into the lane in front of me and starts going 20 miles per hour. And I wasn't running late, but this guy, I felt like he was messing with me because I'm just sitting there. And I'm beeping and I'm honking and I'm trying to be nice first. And then I just lose it. I flip a switch and I start going crazy on this guy. And he's just such a ass because I'm just trying to get somewhere.
You are
you're already raging with us. We're just trying to ask you.
He was an ass guy.
Okay, hey, dude, Adam, you're talking to the king of road rage right here. Yeah. I'm constantly pissed off in my car, so I understand.
You're still shaking.
So, you were angry about this dude.
Yeah, well, of course I was angry. Yeah, but this guy who pulls in front of me makes me 10 minutes late, and that pissed me off. And I tried to let it go, and I guess it was just nervous energy. I just kind of wouldn't shut up, and I just talked nonstop pretty much the whole date.
Were you talking about this guy the whole time?
Pretty much.
Do you have anger issues normally? Are you an angry guy?
I tend to think I'm pretty even-keeled guy, but
you sound like it. I asked you to recap the incident on the way to the date, and you just went off on us. So you sound like an angry dude. Are you an angry guy, or are you?
I'm not normally, really an angry guy. I think it was just the nervous energy of going to the date, and I think it's a mix of both of those things. I just kind of, had a tough time.
Did you explain to her that you were upset at a guy that you...
I did. I think it just came off angry.
Yeah, I can see how that happened.
Did she comment about your anger? Did she say, whoa, you're still pretty upset about this?
Not really. I mean, she was pretty quiet about it. She was really quiet.
Probably quiet because she was scared for her life. People get that way.
That's where I felt real bad with. I just kind of just talked nonstop for 45 minutes.
Did she get a word in edgewise?
I mean, not much.
All right,
really.
So you talked at her the whole time.
Well, I mean, at the end, I said to her, I asked her about going out on another date, and I apologized to her, and I said that, I'm not normally like this and all this stuff, and we slapped fives.
You high-fived at the end of the day?
Oh, I wasn't going to kiss her. I was, sweating from being so nervous and pissed off.
What kind of five are we talking about here? Like on the side, down low, high five?
Up high.
Up high, all right. So you gave her a high five to say goodbye. Did you ask to see her again?
We did interlock fingers, though, guys.
Oh, nice. That's almost a handhold. You almost held her hand on the first date. Did you ask to see her again?
Well, yeah, we talked about it, and I mentioned I'd throw her a text. And I texted her a few times, and I haven't really heard back. So I was kind of curious. And I know it didn't go great, but I thought it ended good.
After you apologized, you were say, I totally understand. I've been there before.
Not so much.
She seemed upset.
Yeah, I mean, I told her. I said I told her that, my energy level was off, and I was really nervous for the date, as it was. And then this happened, and it just totally threw me. And I feel horrible about it, and I told her that, and she seemed receptive to it. But this whole situation, it didn't go well. I really wanted to take a chance with it. I think her and I do well together, and I think that even with my anger issues, a little bit of road rage, I'm a good girl like her can really calm me down.
Okay. All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Great, thank you, guys.
All right, try not to freak out. Thank you.
92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Adam is is on the phone with us. He wants us to call a girl named Ren today for his second date update. They went out, met for coffee. He was 10 minutes late and ended up being very frustrated from a road rage incident that made him late. Feels like he just vented about the thing the whole time and was just angry and didn't even really get a word in edgewise while they had their coffee date. Adam, you about ready to give her a call?
I'm ready, man.
I was thinking about this. Most girls, when they list the traits that they like in a potential mate, they usually say something like, I like a guy who's sensitive, a guy who's caring, good job, very responsible. They usually don't list potential homicidal maniac as a good quality. So that's probably why she's not calling you back. I mean, if you went on a first date with somebody and they showed up a little late, first of all, that's one strike against you, and then proceeded to just be angry the whole time, I doubt you'd be so willing to call him back too.
I mean, I think that's kind of the issue, and that's why I'm trying to make it work with her again, because I really do feel like I had a bad representation.
You want to do it,
Yeah, I just want to try one more time. I want to kind of show Ren to Adam that I really am.
Okay.
And you think this call is going to do it for you? You've got a level head on you right now.
Yeah, can we just get this going so I don't get pissed off about it?
Okay. All right, I'm going to call it right now, man.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Ren, please?
this is she.
Hey, Ren, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio program.
I'm sorry, I think you have the wrong number.
No, I'm pretty sure I have the right number, Ren. There's not a whole lot of Rens, and I was given your number by a guy named Adam to call you today.
What?
Yeah. Adam is a listener to our show, and he says he recently went out on a date with you, but you're not calling him back. And he asked us to see if we could get you on the phone and ask why.
How do you know him?
He listens to our radio show. Adam wanted us to call you to ask if he did something wrong on your date or there's a particular reason that you don't want to see him again.
I don't even really know how to respond to this.
I know
Did he talk to you about this?
He did. He told us that you went out for coffee, and he said that he was a little late, and he actually feels bad because he thinks that he may have been a little upset from a traffic incident, and he wasn't very attentive to you on your date.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Is that a pretty accurate description?
Yeah, I would say so. I get this is what you guys do, so I don't mean to be disrespectful at all. I'm just kind of like,
No,
oh, my God.
it's fine. I appreciate you taking the time out to talk to us. We just want to pass along a message to Adam and give him your perspective on the first date.
Yeah, I can talk about that. My experience with Adam was very limited, and I'm not a very confrontational person.
Mm-hmm.
And he was very, very angry, and I think that the first 10 minutes of the time that we very, very first were introduced to each other, it was really just all about this driving experience he had being so frustrated with this other person.
Was he like cussing and stuff when he was explaining it to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it was so over the top that I would have need to have left, because I would have done that if it was really, really that bad. If he was.
That's what I was going to ask you,
control.
Ren. I was going to ask you if at any point you were scared for your life.
No, I wouldn't say that. It really wasn't like that, but it was pretty intense. Even when he finally went to go get us some coffee, which he did, finally pull himself up to be like, okay, I'm going to go get us some coffee. But
Pulls himself together.
even in that moment when he goes to order the coffee, I can hear him from all the way at the other end of the shop, and he's ordering, and he just sounds aggressive.
So was he like yelling at the barista and stuff like that? I'm picturing him just tearing up this Starbucks or wherever you're at.
No, it really wasn't like that. It wasn't like he was unkind toward the people around him necessarily. It's just the manner in which he was dealing with things. It was just like pent up. When somebody's really upset about something, and even though they are doing something normal, it's in an abnormal way.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the other thing that was tough. It was manifesting in like sweat.
Oh.
He was so mad that he was sweating?
Well, I don't know if he just sweats, if that's a thing, independent of what was going on, but it seemed like it was fueled, or at least
made a lot worse by his emotional space.
Rin, it's called hyperhidrosis. It's
What?
people
Are
who
you
can't control their
serious?
sweat glands. Okay, they sweat a ton. Maybe he has that.
How do you know this?
So you don't want to see him again because he's an angry, sweaty mess.
It's not just that he was sweating a lot and being angry. He was sweating profusely, like the palms of his hands. There was sweat dripping down him and then collecting, like under. I'm trying to think of the right way to say this. Man boobs, you know?
Oh gosh.
He sweated out his whole
sweating,
shirt.
like dark, just covered in sweat.
Oh, man.
It stains, boob stains.
Yeah, that's bad. If he's pitting out a little bit, that's kind of like, whoa, man, you sweat a lot. But if he actually his whole shirt was sweated out,
I don't think that's being.
That's what I was concerned about, because I know that when I'm upset, like, I'll sweat a little bit, and that's normal. But it was whoa, it was so much.
I'd be curious to find out if it's an issue or if it's just his anger that makes him sweat like that. Aren't you curious to at least know?
Honestly, maybe he's a really great person that just had a really bad day, but I just don't want to deal with it.
Okay.
I really don't.
That's cool. Thank you for giving us an answer. I appreciate it. But I really need to find out about this sweat, and that's why I'm glad you're still on the phone, because Adam is also on the phone and heard everything you just said.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. I'm sorry.
Hi, Ren.
Oh, my God. First of all, I'm really, really sorry. Look, this is really, I'm sorry, and then I'm also, like, annoyed to be put in this situation. But I am sorry if you heard things that I said that are unflattering.
Oh, my God. You don't need to feel bad, Ren. Pretty much everything you said is true.
Oh,
no.
I mean, I can kind of explain the sweating thing, the anger stuff. The sweating thing, let's start with that.
Point one.
So, I mean, I threw a hoodie and a coat on, and it ended up not being as cold out as I anticipated. By the time I was all pissed off at this guy in front of me, I started sweating in the car because I was blasting the heat, and I was so pissed off I wasn't thinking about it. The coffee shop had the heat on. I, couldn't stop sweating, and I knew I was, and I know that my man boobs were sweating.
Oh.
Yeah, and that was a crappy thing for me to say about man boobs. That was rude. I'm sorry. That was just the first.
No,
it was
I
just
don't
the easiest.
care. That's what I think I want you to hear. Is I'm not that angry guy. I know I was sweaty. I know I was hot as and I thought if I didn't pay attention to it, you wouldn't mention it. I was so lost in that date, and I didn't know what to do, and I went home and showered right away. I was I was looking in the mirror, and I literally was mortified by myself because I was really excited about this date, and I never tell friends about going out with anybody, but for some reason I was kind of stoked on you, and I just crashed and burned, and I kind of do that a lot in life, and I just want you to know that I really am sorry. And as far as you and I are concerned, I'd love one more shot, just one more chance to maybe sweat it out with you and
sweat it out. Hey, Ren, would you like to go out with Adam again? I will pay for a second date. We can send you guys to a spin class or something where sweat is supposed to be there. And would you maybe give him another shot to see if he's not so flustered this time? He can do a better job.
Adam, I'm this is awkward, and I just want to say I appreciate you eventually being honest. I think that what I would have preferred is if you could have communicated this to me not on a radio station, because you did contact me and you didn't really ever just come out and say.
I totally get it, Ren. I mean, as crazy as I was there, it's probably crazier that I ended up on the radio with you right now. But I tried calling and I texting you, and you never got back to me. And so I felt like this was my last option of how I could get a hold of you.
Ren, will you do it? Will you go out with him one more time?
Come on,
I
Ren.
promise.
We've never had anyone be so sincere.
Will you drive, please, just so we're
It is funny.
All right. Okay. All right. Yeah.
One more day. Nice. All right. Ren, thank you for your time. Adam, congratulations. You got your second date, man.
Thank you, guys. Ren, this is going to be great. I promise you. I'll see you soon.
Adam, 2 words before your next date, all right? Gold bond. Okay?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
The text in at 78592 about today's second date update. It just says 4 words, gold bond and Uber. Which could have helped out Adam a lot on his date. He wanted to call a girl named Rin. He was a little late for their coffee date. He got into a little road rage incident on the way. And he thought that was the reason why he wasn't getting a call back, because he was just venting about that the whole time.
Yeah.
It's partly why he wasn't getting a call back, but he was also super sweaty.
Yeah.
Because he was nervous and upset, and I guess he was just drenched in sweat the whole time.
Well, and he dressed wrong. It's hard sometimes, you know, when you do the sweatshirt and the coat, and then you realize it's too late. I mean, like, once you start sweating, you can't take any of it off.
No, you have to leave it on because now you have pit stains.
Yeah, and now it's like 80 times worse.
Yeah.
And like, what a bad day to start already with the rotor and then just keep snowballing.
Yeah,
It's a bad sign.
It was a spiral. But
That is
I
definitely.
think they're going to recover. I think they're going to be good.
Yeah, they decided to go out again still. And he'll just make sure that he wears enough deodorant and maybe takes that texter's advice and gets some Gold Bond and rubs down and everything else to make sure that he doesn't get too sweaty on his next date.
I really think he needs to learn how to layer clothing. It's going to help him a lot.
It will, definitely. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know, first dates don't always go according to plan. You got to be able to adjust on the fly. I like to call it being bendy.
Oh, well, that's a...
I'm very bendy on dates. I can adjust however you need me.
I will say also impressive. So
Thank
cool.
you. And
Yeah.
Krista is on the phone, and apparently her first date didn't go completely according to plan, but she said she still had a good time. Krista, what happened?
I met this guy, Scott, on a dating website, and he suggested we go see a movie for our first date. He planned it all out.
Okay, that sounds pretty...
Normal.
I mean, not boring, but yeah, like, what could go wrong?
Yeah, like pretty standard. You don't have to talk too much, but if you don't like the person. But I got there, and this guy was super cute and seemed normal, and we talked a little bit, and we're going to see like a superhero movie. We get to the box office, and they're sold out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you always
got
to buy tickets in advance.
Yeah, kind of a rookie move, right?
Yeah.
Right. And even those superhero movies, you need to like buy tickets in advance for like 3 months because they're so booked.
They're everything.
Yeah. So I mean, I felt kind of bad because he looked really super bummed out. I mean, I didn't care. It was just, but the next film started at like an hour and a half later, so we weren't going to hang around there. So I was just like, well, why don't we go grab a drink somewhere? And we went to his car, and then I realized we're right in my neighborhood. We might as well just go to my place, and I've got drinks there. And
well, hello. Now that turned out well for him, didn't it?
I mean, I guess it sounds, saying it out loud, it sounds a little forward, but like,
that's
This
all right.
movie is sold out. Why don't we just go back to my place?
Yeah. I
Do
mean,
what we intended on doing anyway.
I feel like you're every guy's first date dream at this point.
I guess I didn't even think about it that way. It just seemed like, I can never think of a place to go, which is why I ended up at this superhero movie in the first place.
Right. So was he down with that?
Yeah, he was totally down. He drove me to my house, and I don't know, we had a lot of fun. I really liked him. He had, like, when he smiled, he, like, had these cute little crinkles at the side of his eyes, and he really, like, looked at you when he talked. And, I mean, like, a really good laugh and, like, sense of humor. And so we had a couple drinks, and I decided it would be a good idea to play Truth or Dare.
Oh, no, bad idea, I feel like.
It could be fun.
It could be, but it could go south really quickly.
Well, I'd never done this before with a guy. I'd, like, played it.
Oh, sure. That's what they all say. I promise this is my first time doing Truth or Dare.
You guys. Yeah, it really was. I mean, I'd play, like, with a group at a party. But, it's a good way to get to know people, and you kind of cut to, like, the real stuff. I mean, if you go on so many online dates, and you want to get to know a person.
Right.
It depends how truthful they are at the truth part, though.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you never know.
Was there any awkward moments during that game?
Yes, there were a few. I discovered that his most disgusting habit is picking his earwax.
Oh, and you want a second date with this guy?
Oh, man.
Well, he was honest, remember? You asked How can you tell if they're truthful?
It's a good judge of his honesty because that's disgusting. I would never tell anybody that.
Oh, it's not that. It's like not like eating your boogers or something.
I don't know.
I'd rather eat my boogers.
Close.
Yeah.
What did you reveal about yourself?
So this was the other kind of awkward thing that happened, and not like on a more serious note. He asked if I had ever cheated on someone.
Okay.
And I mean, you got to be honest because I'm an honest person, and the truth is, yeah. And I mean, it sounds worse than it is. It's not something I'm proud of. I was really young.
Yeah.
A lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah. And people always have that motto, like, once a cheater, always a cheater. And that's not necessarily true. People can change.
Yeah, but it just hangs over your head.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, maybe that made him nervous, you think?
I don't know. That's like the one thing when I play the date over in my head that could have, I mean, I felt like I explained it to a point where like, he seemed more comfortable and satisfied with it. But then at the end of the night, like he called an Uber and like we didn't kiss. He just gave me a hug. So maybe, I don't know, maybe he seemed to be into me though.
Did he reveal that he had been cheated on and he was really scarred? I mean, that's a loaded question to ask you. Like, there's got to be a reason why he's even asking that.
Yeah, I didn't think about it that way. I mean, I guess maybe. I mean, he didn't tell me that he'd been cheated on.
Okay. Did he start crying as soon as you said it? That would be a good indicator.
No, he seemed cool.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's why I'm calling you guys, because it's hard to find a good guy out there. I thought we really...
Yeah, especially when you're cheating on him all the time. I mean, you did bring it up that it was in the past. It's not like you were like, yes, I'm actually currently cheating with you.
Yeah, I'm not during this first date. I've been secretly running away and texting someone else.
And have you talked at all since he left?
No, I never wanted to seem desperate. I sent him a text message and didn't reply, and so I sent him one a couple days later, and I was like about to leave it. And I thought, you know what? No, you can't just let people ghost on you or situations like this. I don't know. I felt like I wanted to reach out and do something and call him on it. What's the deal?
Yeah, so us calling him will help with that whole you not seeming desperate thing.
I mean, yeah.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, and call him to get your second date update, okay? Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Krista is on the phone, and Krista is a habitual cheater. Loves it. Can't get enough of cheating. Right, Krista?
Yeah, right.
Now, if you missed the first part of the second date update, we talked to Krista about a dude she met. His name is Scott. They met online, and they were going to go to a movie, but the movie was sold out, so they went back to her place and actually played Truth or Dare. She thinks the reason he might not be calling her back is because during that game, she did reveal that she had cheated one time way in her past.
Yeah.
So it could have scared him off. We don't know. They did end the date where he called an Uber, she got a hug, and he left, and she hasn't heard a word since. So we're about to get him on the phone and see what happened and find out if we can get Krista another date. You about ready, Krista?
I'm ready. Thanks, guys.
Do you regret being honest about the cheating thing in your past?
No, I don't. I feel like honesty is the best policy, and I wouldn't want to be with someone who'd be scared off and wouldn't hear me out.
Maybe he was sad that you weren't currently cheating on him again.
That would be really weird.
Yeah.
We've heard some strange things, too. That's all I'm saying. Prepare for anything at this point.
All right. I'm going to dial his phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello.
Hey, is this Scott?
Yes, it is. Who's this?
Scott, how are you, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Not too bad. How are you?
Okay. Can I help you?
Well, I don't even think you can help me. That's a loaded question when it comes to me, but there is somebody who you might be able to help out. We actually got an email about you from one of our listeners.
What?
Yeah, we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and find out what happened. And we got an email from a woman named Krista, and you should remember going out with her because you guys play Truth or Dare, and unless you're playing Truth or Dare all over the place all the time, then I'm assuming you probably remember her.
Yeah, no, that was the first and last time I played Truth or Dare.
Oh, my God. You regret it. You do regret playing that game on a first date.
I mean, like, look, Krista seems like a really nice person. I sort of messed things up initially because I suggested a movie, and I don't know. I wasn't thinking, and I didn't buy tickets ahead of time.
Yeah, she told us all that.
Oh,
and then
okay.
she told us about how you guys were hanging out and playing Truth or Dare. So she thinks that maybe you might have been embarrassed because she revealed that she had cheated on a partner in the past. That's what she really thinks.
No. That was not the issue. Like, I kind of actually appreciated that she was, like, just being upfront about it, and she said that it happened, like, 10 years ago or something. So I'm not judging her for that.
She felt like your whole mood changed when she revealed that she had cheated on someone.
No, my whole mood changed like 5 minutes later when her mom walked in. And I was like, What is going on?
Wait, hold up. Did she live with her mom and she didn't tell you or something?
Yeah, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Reaction.
If I was hanging out at some chick's house playing Truth or Dare and then her mom walked in, I might be like, whoa, this is about to get really interesting. Or it would be weird for me, I don't know.
What kind of dares are you coming up with, lady?
Yeah, and honestly, like, it just kept getting weirder where, like, suddenly her mom's playing Truth or Dare.
No! Wait, hold up. She didn't tell us any of this. So her mom started playing Truth or Dare with you guys on your first date.
Yeah, we're, like, sitting cross-legged in a circle on the rug, and, like, suddenly it's like, how old am I? What's happening? And she seems to have no, like, lights on. It just seems as if all of this is totally normal.
Wait. Was her mom cool? Was she cool? I mean, like, after you got over the initial shock, was she a cool person to hang out with?
No, like, it's not. I'm on a date. I'm not trying to hang out with someone's mom. Like, I mean, she seemed like a perfectly fine person if I met her in 5 months or something. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But maybe it just doesn't cross her mind because they, like, live together, so it's so normal for her.
If you were on a date with a dude and that's what happened, wouldn't you be like, okay, time for me to truth my way out of here?
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I wouldn't stick around for that.
Yeah,
It must
exactly.
be.
And so it gets crazier because so she's playing, and then suddenly the dare for me is that I have to give them my phone for 2 minutes of uninterrupted time.
No.
So her and her mom are checking out what's on your phone?
Which, like, honestly, to be completely honest, like, I don't really have anything on there that I'm, like, that concerned with. Like, I'm not taking pictures of things I shouldn't be taking pictures of.
Hey, that is your body. You can take pictures of it if you want.
Hey, I'm with Jubal on that one. So wait, did you give them your phone?
Yes. We were already in it. I was just, like, I sort of felt like, I mean, honestly, this was, like, peer pressure. I felt like I was in, like, I don't know, middle school again or something. It was crazy.
What did they do for 2 minutes with your phone?
I don't know. I mean, really, they, like, looked through things, were mostly bored, except I'm getting texts from some number that I don't have being like, let's hang out. And it's like, oh, it's Debbie, Krista's mom.
Wait, her mom is texting you to hang out?
Yeah.
What is going
Like,
on?
I assume that she must have either, like, I don't know if she, like, memorized my number when they had my phone or what, but I am, like, really actually very creeped out by all of this.
And you have no interest in going out with her mom, huh?
No. I mean, nothing
Weird.
against her mom. It's just, like, this isn't how I, like, meet people.
Okay. You're an interesting guy, Scott.
And the mom is like hitting on you. You don't think that she just doesn't understand how friends work?
No, like, she kept saying that I had nice arms or something, which was like, okay.
Yeah, she's hitting on you.
Yeah, she's definitely hitting on you.
Oh, man.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that Krista is on the phone and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah. Krista, you still there? Or is your mom there? Either one.
No, just me. I'm here.
How do you leave out that information?
It didn't seem like pertinent information to me. She was there for 5 minutes and then he left. Also, I don't believe my mom would be texting you. But even if it was, it's not that crazy. She's a mama bear. She's protective.
Wait, whoa.
I mean,
Okay, hold on. I mean, guys, do you see why this is problematic for me?
I still don't get it, but...
Oh, you
I
don't
mean,
get it, Jubal, yeah.
I mean...
I feel like you just don't have a good relationship with your parents. I mean, if you... she's
No. Look, I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying my relationship with my parents is perfect. I'm just saying that I was definitely freaked out by the whole, like, playing Truth or Dare, and then, like, getting the texts put me over the edge. Like, I think you really need to have a conversation with your mom, and I'm just not trying to get in between any of this.
You're not trying to get in between her and her mom? Why not?
I'm not.
Yeah, good luck
Dude,
with that.
you're not making this any easier, okay? I'm
Dude.
just saying, like, honestly, Mama Bear aside, like, that's not cool.
Okay, you said something about her commenting on your arms. What was that about? What did she say?
She just kept saying, like, oh, you have nice arms. Do you work out?
Well, I mean, God, I guess that is a little weird.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like somebody who's protective.
How are you not freaking out about this? If my mom did this to me, I would be irate and embarrassed and all of the things.
I don't know. She's a fun lady. I mean, that's when she came home and, she's walking in at 11:30 to our house that we share. I'm not going to say, I'm on a date, leave.
Yeah, but I would also say to my date, oh, shoot, my mom's home. Maybe we call it a night, not continue to play truth or dare with him.
Go to your place.
Well, one round. I don't know.
Yeah, one round was damage enough.
I guess so.
Really, I'm just trying to check in with you here, Krista. Are you hearing what I'm saying is happening? Your mom is texting me behind your back.
Okay, yeah, I'm
complimenting
hearing you
me
loud and clear.
physically.
You're being very clear. I understand. The texting that you say she's doing behind my back, I'm going to be talking to her about that, believe me, because that is crossing
Can I
the
ask
line.
you a question? Has this ever happened before? Am I the first person who's been in this situation with you?
Okay. To be honest, I've played a couple rounds of Truth or Dare with my mom, with other guys before, but
Oh my God.
knowledge,
Weird.
this is the first time that she has ever texted someone afterwards.
Scott, that means you're special.
He's a catch.
Yeah.
Actually, it means I'm totally not special. Did you? All right, I really need to know this now. Were you setting us up to play Truth or Dare with your mom?
Oh, my gosh.
What? No, that is crazy talk. No, I live with my mom. We were playing Truth or Dare. She happened to come in.
Uh-huh.
And how many times has that happened, though?
I can hear you guys not believing me.
Yeah, because we don't.
This is a coincidence.
Come on, Krista, you wouldn't date a guy who had his dad play Truth or Dare with you.
If he was as fun as my mom is, then definitely it would be okay with me.
Okay, well, maybe you guys just have different priorities.
Scott,
I'm tapping out, guys. I'm just telling
well,
you,
not yet, Scott. I got a question for you. Would you like to go out with Krista on a second date? We will pay for it. Maybe we can buy you a Twister set for her and Mom.
Yeah.
You would pay for it?
Yeah.
No, of course we're not going to go on a second date with her. What are you,
Okay.
crazy? You think this is a money issue? No. So much for the, no. I'm fine.
Okay,
I'm good.
I don't need to listen to this. Relationships are not a deposition. This is crazy.
Question. Have you ever given a deposition in a situation like this?
That's a really good question, Scott.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Somebody texted in at 78592 saying, nobody asked the most important question, was the mom hot?
That is not the most important
Brooke and
question.
Jubal in the morning. I think we know the answer. The answer is probably no.
Yeah.
Because Scott wasn't interested. I'm talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, this girl Krista wanted to call a dude named Scott. They actually went out and they were going to go to a movie, but it was sold out. So they decided to go back to her place and they played Truth or Dare. And she couldn't figure out why he wasn't calling back. She thought maybe it was because one of the questions was about cheating, and she revealed that she had cheated in the past. But we got him on the phone, and we found out the reason he wasn't calling back was because while they were playing Truth or Dare, her mom came home. She lives with Mama. And her mom sat down and played Truth or Dare with them for a little while. And one of the dares was for him to give them his phone for 2 minutes so they could go through it. But that wasn't the biggest issue. The biggest issue was after the date, the mom has been texting him, saying that he has nice arms and trying to hang out and things like that. And so he's convinced the mom is hitting on him. Krista's still not really sure if the mom is actually hitting on him, but I would think so. And he was just weirded out by the whole situation, so he didn't want to go out with her again.
I can't believe how many sickos are on the text board right now saying, whoa, you can get with them both. That is so gross, dude. That's a daughter and their mother. Yuck.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That is that is like as incestual as it gets.
I got some online research I'm going to show you.
Oh my God. What is wrong with people?
Anyway, they didn't go out again. If you want to do a second date update, just email the show and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Here's a question for everybody in the room. Is it creepy to go take pictures of girls and then ask them out on a date?
Yes. How are you even asking that? Not maybe. There's no maybe involved
I think
in that.
that's a great way to do it. And that's how John, who's on the phone for a second date update today, got his date, just taking some pictures and then asked a girl out. And she said yes. John, I think you and I need to hang out occasionally.
No.
Seems like our dating styles are similar.
Well, hold on. You're making me sound as creepy as you are, and that's not how this is at all.
What are you talking about? Your email said that you were taking some pictures and then you asked a girl out on a date.
Right, but you're doing it probably in a trench coat sitting in the corner on your phone. I'm a professional wedding photographer.
That
Whatever.
makes sense.
Tomato. It's your job.
So
Who cares?
It's a little bit different.
You were still taking pictures of her and asked her out.
Yeah. I hope it wasn't the bride.
No. It was one of the bridesmaids.
Okay.
That's actually, I mean, thinking about it, so you're a wedding photographer, and the girl that you want to call today, that's where you met her, was at one of the weddings that you were shooting?
Exactly.
Okay. That's actually a good job, because you're there, you're taking pictures, a lot of single girls, a lot of sad girls, because they're not getting married. Perfect opportunity to pounce.
I have
John.
dated a lot of photographers, and there is something sexy about a man with a camera in his hand.
Well, first of all, thank you, but I have never done this before. It's never happened. I try and be professional when I do it, but this one was just kind of different.
Okay. What was different about her?
She was just so cool. Her name was Casey, and like I said, I always try and be professional, but while the family was trying to figure out what picture they wanted next, and they were trying to get one of the grandparents and getting everybody together, she and I were just kind of chatting, and I wasn't hitting on her. We were just kind of talking about things, and she was just really, really fun.
So when did you ask her out? At the end of the wedding, or?
Yeah, it was at the very end. But the thing is, I was packing up my equipment, and everything was kind of shutting down, and she came over to say goodbye, and since she approached me, I kind of took a deep breath, and I said, I don't know if this is okay or appropriate, but I would really love to grab dinner with you. And
That's awesome.
she said definitely, and we exchanged phone numbers, and it seemed great.
Okay.
It turns out that it's actually just a big ploy for the bride to get a discount on her photos. How did dinner go?
Well, that's the issue. So we talked about it that night and kind of said, well, how about next Saturday? And she said, sure. And I said, I'll text you a time and a place.
So you actually made plans to meet up at the wedding?
Yeah. I mean, we picked the day. We just didn't pick the place because I didn't know where I was going to be coming from. I had some stuff to do during the day, but I texted her on Friday and said, hey, this restaurant at this time, I can't wait to see you. And the thing is, she didn't text back, but I thought maybe she was busy or doing something. So I actually went to the restaurant the next day, and she never showed up.
Okay.
sucks.
So she stood you up.
That's weird.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Were you guys texting beforehand at all, or you just were waiting?
No, because I was just trying to be casual about it, and I didn't want to start all this stuff like a high school girl and be like, hey, what are you thinking about?
Yeah.
I thought I'd wait till Saturday night and go from there.
Okay, and when she didn't show up to the restaurant, did you try to get a hold of her then? Like, hey, I thought we made plans?
Well, no, because I didn't want her to ask me if I actually showed up.
Oh, so you didn't want her to know
I
that you
see.
showed up and waited for her like a little puppy dog.
Exactly.
Have you tried to contact her at all since then?
No.
Nothing.
No, because like I said, if I don't know how to lead in with anything other than, hey, what happened on Saturday?
Are you sure you had a date with her?
Yeah, I'm positive. We exchanged numbers, and we definitely had plans. She said she was meeting today.
I mean, by the end of the wedding, after the bridesmaid wedding, I wouldn't ever call myself sober at the end of the night. Was she just maybe too wasted and she didn't remember?
I don't think so, because I even thought about that, but she seemed fine. There were some other people there that didn't seem fine. I think she was okay.
For her to approach you at the end of the wedding and then start up a conversation sounds like she actually liked you. It's weird that she's just blowing you off and hasn't said anything to you at all.
Exactly. That's what I don't understand.
Okay.
So is it going to be strange when we call her? Or are you going to want to admit that you waited at the restaurant?
Is it going to be strange? Absolutely. But I listen to you guys all the time. I'm like, you know what? If it's weird, I'm at least going to let my friends help me.
Yeah. If it's going to be weird, you might as well do it here. can't be weirder than some of the stuff that we've heard. All right, well, we're going to play a song.
I can request. I think Brooke should do most of the talk. It'll be a lot more smooth that way.
Girl to girl.
No offense. I'm just saying.
All right, well, we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Thanks so much, guys.
All right, hang on.
92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for the second date update, John is on the phone. He's a wedding photographer. He's taking some pictures of the wedding, ended up striking up a conversation with a beautiful young bridesmaid named Casey. They agreed to go out the next week, and then the night before he was like, hey, we're still meeting up at the restaurant. Didn't hear anything back. So he actually decided to show up to the restaurant that they agreed to go to, and she never showed. Hasn't heard anything from her since. Hey, John. Hey, while I got you on the phone, real quick, I want to book you for a gig. I'm going to be doing a shoot in my bedroom at around 3 o'clock this afternoon. I'll see you guys come take pictures of that. You probably do that kind of work all the time, right?
Not for people like you. Even photographers not that thing.
It'll be great. It'll be just me and you, and then I'll pay you by the minute because I'm not sure how long it's going to take me. All right, man. We're about to call Casey. You ready? Any last thoughts before we dial her phone number?
No. I'm just nervous.
I mean, this is the first time you've ever hit on somebody at a wedding.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'll dial the phone number right now.
Hello?
Hi, is Casey there?
This is Casey.
Hey, Casey, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
From the radio?
Yes, sir. From the radio. How you doing?
No, it's not.
Yes.
That would be
Yeah, it
awesome
is.
if it wasn't.
Listen to all these. Look, that's Brooke. That's Jose laughing over there.
Casey, it really
and this is me.
Oh, this is weird. Okay, hi.
You're the one that made it weird by not believing it was me. Any idea why I'm calling you?
Not a clue.
You recently scheduled a date with a guy named John, who you met at your friend's wedding. He was taking pictures of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, John emailed us and told us all about meeting you. Said you guys had a date scheduled for a Saturday at a restaurant, and you never showed up.
Oh my God.
Is there any particular reason why you blew him off?
It just wasn't what I thought.
Well, how do you know the date wasn't what you thought if you didn't go?
Not the date so much as the situation wasn't what I thought.
Do you mean like he wasn't even paid to be a photographer at your friend's wedding? He was just some creep who showed up taking pictures?
What? No, like he was a photographer, yes.
Oh, damn. I had made that up in my head. It was going to be so much better.
No, he was the photographer at my friend's wedding, yes.
Okay.
Did you not understand that he was like hitting on you and it was going to be a date?
No, he did ask me out, and I did say yes.
Okay, so you wanted to go out with him.
I did at the time, yes.
What happened between you guys agreeing to go out and then the actual day for your guys' date?
So after he asked me out, I was telling a few of my friends at the wedding that the photographer had asked me out.
Yeah.
And that I had said that I would go. And one of the bridesmaids said, "Are you serious?" Because he asked me out too.
Shut up.
What?
So he asked one of the other bridesmaids out as well?
Yeah.
So did you get the vibe that he was just, that's what he does, takes pictures and asks girls out?
Well, that's what I was wondering at that point. And I mean, like, if he's, a photographer at weddings all the time, is this just what he does?
Did your friend go out with him?
I actually don't know what happened with him. As soon as she told me that he had asked her out, I got a weird vibe, and I was done.
So,
Oh, man.
so he's just running around the wedding asking every girl he possibly can out on a date.
I mean, that's what it seems like, yeah.
We talked to him about meeting you, and he said that he never hits on girls at weddings. He made it a point to say that.
Yeah.
Well, he's obviously a liar.
And you sure this girl's telling you the truth?
I don't think that she would have any reason to lie. Yeah, I think she was telling the truth. So I didn't want to go out with him after that because it's just kind of That's creepy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd understand that. That turned me off too.
Yeah.
So you didn't show up for your date because you feel like John was a creep.
Yeah.
Perfect. This is when I should tell you that John, the creepy photographer guy, is actually on the other line listening to this conversation.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
But hold on. I wanted to try and jump in when I heard you say I was talking to another bridesmaid. Like, I don't know if my phone wasn't on or whatever, but like, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't ask anybody else out.
Why would someone make that up then? Why would someone tell me that?
I have no idea. I didn't even talk to that many people. Like, you said another one of the bridesmaids?
Yeah, Allison.
Is she the one that says she's a waitress?
Yes.
Okay, listen. She said where she worked, and I said, I've heard of that place. That's all I said. I don't know if she thinks that means a date. I was just making small talk because I'm at a wedding for 3 hours.
Are you lying or are you being serious right now, John?
No, I promise you, it was just conversation. You know, we're just standing there.
Yeah, but why would she say specifically that you asked her out? Like, I know her. Like, she doesn't, like, misunderstand things like that.
Okay, the only thing I can think of is this. I said, if I go there, I can have a drink. But I did not say, we will have a drink. Like, we implies that we will be together.
Hey, Casey.
Sometimes it's sad and I drink by myself.
Casey, let me ask you this. Your friend, there are girls like this, there are guys like this too, that whenever somebody of the opposite sex talks to them and asks them anything about what they do, they're like, oh my God, he's hitting on me. Is she one of those type of girls, or is John a pervert?
She's not.
That's so weird. So, John, do you have her phone number? Like, could you call the Allison girl right now?
No, I don't know her last name. Honestly, I didn't even remember who she was until you said her name.
Do you believe him, Casey?
I don't know.
But did
I
you
don't
have
know.
a good time when we were talking?
Did I have a good time when we were talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. It was a nice conversation, of course. I wouldn't have said yes to the date if I didn't have a good time when we were talking.
Did all the other girls that you were talking to have a good time too, John?
Exactly.
Right?
Didn't I say Brooke was supposed to do all the
Casey, would you like to go on a second date with John? We will pay for it.
I think I want to check in with Allison and talk to her about this before I say yes.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
John, are you okay with that? If Casey checks in with her friend to make sure that you're not being a pervert?
I'm not okay with you calling me a perv again and again. But yeah, I think I'm okay with her talking to Allison. I just hope Allison like is honest with her and remembers the truth.
Remembers the.
So you're already setting it up to call Allison a liar.
Yeah.
You realize that, John?
No, I just like I said. I mean, people at wedding receptions drink, and I think she might have saw something that wasn't there. But like I said,
now it sounds like
I
you're
don't have her
backpedaling. It sounds like you're backpedaling so hard. Like if she tells the truth,
no,
that she's
I
not
don't
drunk.
Have her phone number. I don't have her phone number. Like I didn't try and like establish more communication. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
Good point.
Okay, that's a no for me. John, It sounds like you're trying to cover up a lie or you're trying to, cover your ass. I mean, it's a no.
Oh my gosh, John, you just talked yourself out of a date.
Yeah.
What happened, buddy?
Casey, I'm telling you, if we sat and talked, we would have a good time. And I felt something when we were talking before, and I promise you, I would love to get to know you better and not anyone else.
No.
But I really don't think you need to talk to Allison about it.
Yeah, of course not. Because you asked Allison out.
Oh my gosh, own it, John.
No, it's not that. I'm telling you, I think she saw what she wanted to see, and it wasn't there.
Yeah, sure, John.
Wasn't there because she said no when you asked her out.
She didn't say no.
Oh, so she said yes, John?
No, she didn't say anything. There was no question.
Yeah.
There was no question involved.
Oh, poor John.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Whenever you see a guy out at a bar alone hitting on girls, it can go one of two ways. Either he's incredibly creepy and he's the guy at the bar that nobody wants to talk to, or he's very confident and it seems to work for him.
I usually think the first is
Yeah.
normally true.
Definitely
but...
usually the first one.
Okay.
Well, Matt, who's on the phone for a second date update today, was the alone guy in a bar.
Oh.
So that leads me to ask the question, Matt, which one are you? Are you incredibly creepy or are you confident? How'd that work?
I don't think it has to be on either side. I think, okay, if I had to pick one, I'd say confident.
Yeah, I bet
Of course you would.
Yeah.
Creepy people always are unaware.
But let me explain, though.
Yeah.
So why were you at a bar alone hitting on chicks?
I just moved to my new apartment. I just got a new job. I got a new place. So I don't have any friends here yet. That doesn't make me creepy. So I thought, let me go out to the bar, check out the scene.
Okay.
So when I go out, I have to make friends there and see how the scene is going. And if I like how a girl is looking, I'm confident in my ability to go talk to her.
All right.
Are you a line dropper, Matt?
I don't think I'm a line dropper. I think I just keep it real.
Okay.
Just a normal conversation, you know.
So you went to the bar alone out of necessity, not because you didn't have anybody who would hang out with you.
When you put it like that, it sounds different.
I read your email, and your email just said, I was at the bar by myself, and then I met this girl. So what's her name?
Her name was Kelly.
Kelly, all right. And how did you meet Kelly?
Well, I saw her at the bar, and first thing I'm attracted to her. I was really attracted to her. You know, she had a nice. I'm not gonna lie. It got my attention, so I went up to her. I introduced myself, and she was really liking me. We had a good deep convo. She seemed like a really down to earth girl, and eventually, you know, things happened, and she came back to my apartment.
Wow, she came back with you that night.
Yeah, she came back with me that night, and you know, some stuff happened. How about that? I'll just leave it at that.
Nice.
Some stuff happened, and I've been trying to get in contact with her. So, you know, when she was leaving, I waited for her with the taxi and everything. Everything was going fine. I even gave her a goodnight kiss. I thought everything was perfect.
Wait, she didn't spend the night? She just came over for a little while, some things happened, and then she left that night?
Yeah, she left that night. I don't know whether it was my new apartment that scared her.
Oh yeah, those are scary.
Your new apartment that scared her? What do you have in your apartment?
Because just boxes everywhere. I haven't really, you know, settled in yet and made it my home.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
She thinks you're a squatter.
Yeah. Or you're like, I haven't put away all my dungeon toys yet. You know, very scary stuff.
No, it was just I have boxes everywhere, empty beer bottles on the floor because I don't have my garbage yet. So only thing that was up was my TV and the couch, and she noticed, you know, everything else was messy, and I didn't really clean much.
All right, so it looks kind of like you're living in a crack den, sort of.
No, not at all.
Does it smell okay?
It smells good. It smells fine, unless I adjusted to it.
So what did she say when she left?
Well, we were sitting on the couch and kissing, and all of a sudden she backed off and said she has to go to work early. And I didn't know where that came from because we were having such a good time, and I would have loved if she stayed.
Was it late?
It was late. It was about 2 a.m.
Okay.
Now.
That's not too bad. I mean, if you haven't started doing the other stuff yet, you might be like, well, I don't want to be up until like 4 or 5 in the morning when I have to work the next day.
That's true. I wish it got there.
I mean, is there a chance that maybe she sobered up and realized, I don't know, you weren't as good looking as she thought in the bar, or it happens.
Well, I don't like to think of myself as an ugly guy. I think of myself as handsome, so I hope that's not it.
Yeah, and have you tried to get a hold of her since that night?
Yeah, I texted her the next day, actually, just a regular, hey, what's up? And she has not responded to me.
At all?
At all.
And what was the last thing that she said to you?
The last thing she said to me was goodbye.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering if she sounded like she wanted to see you again, or did it feel like, hey, this is kind of like fun that we met and then messed around, but I don't want to have anything to do with you?
She gave me the vibe that she would actually talk to me again. That's what hurts.
So what do you think it is then?
I think it was my apartment. I think I should have cleaned up more. maybe that would have helped.
Yeah, but if you just moved apartments, I mean, you'd think she would understand if there's boxes and stuff everywhere.
That's what I thought. I'm not sure. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I really want to know.
And why do you want to get a hold of her so bad? I mean, you see a relationship with this girl, or you just want to finish what you guys started?
I just moved, so I'm just looking for people to hang out with, and I would love to hang out with her. She's my first friend I met at my new
First friend.
Sweet, Matt.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Thank you.
All right, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, if you're just tuning in for today's second date update, let me set the scene for you. Matt is on the phone right now, and Matt went out to a bar all by himself. Ended up finding an innocent girl named Kelly and somehow convinced her to go back to his place. A place that is littered with boxes, beer bottles. A very, very scary place. And while they were making out, doing stuff on the couch, at some point, she must have looked at a clock and realized it was getting late and said she had to leave. Okay, maybe it wasn't as creepy as I made it sound. But Matt is on the phone, and Matt went out to the bars because he just moved into his apartment, wanted to check out the scene around his house, and ended up meeting a girl there. He thinks the reason she's not calling him back is because his place is a mess because he just moved in. Matt, are you ready to call her and see if that is the reason that she's not getting back to you?
Yes, I am.
All right.
And have you cleaned up your place and actually unpacked your boxes so if she does actually want to hang out again, she's not going to run into that mess?
Well, it wasn't as creepy as you just made it sound. It's a little bit better now.
Okay, so you got it all cleaned up.
Yeah.
All right.
For the most part, yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now, get her on the phone, and see if we can find out why she isn't getting back to you, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Kelly, please?
Speaking.
Hey, Kelly, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
Okay.
How can I help you?
Well, somebody recently sent us an email about you, and I wanted to see if you had a few minutes to talk to us.
Someone sent you an email about me?
Yes.
Okay.
We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. It's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then stop talking to them, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask why.
So someone I dated emailed you. Who was it?
His name is Matt. And I wouldn't say that you guys necessarily dated, but you did meet one evening and go back to his place and mess around a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I met him.
Yeah. Yep, we know that. So we talked to Matt a little bit after we got his email, and he told us sort of how you guys met, but he's confused why you're not calling him back. He asked us to get you on the phone and find out. That way he knows if he did something wrong.
So he asked you, whatever. He reached out to find out.
Yes. And as we tell everybody who does these things, they're fully prepared to hear anything that you have to say.
Really?
I'll tell you what he thinks it is, okay? And then you can tell me if I'm right or wrong. He thinks it's because his place wasn't ready, and he had boxes everywhere, and he said that he didn't have his trash set up, so there was beer cans, and so he feels like you might have thought his place was gross.
I mean, well, he did look like kind of extra homeless in there.
So is that it?
I mean, no. I mean, I understand he was moving, but I mean, it was dirty. I get it.
Okay.
But, no.
It sounds like everything was fine, and you guys had chemistry and liked each other.
I mean, we did up until a certain point.
What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? It sounds like you think something is funny.
I have to know.
Oh, my God. Okay. Okay, here we go.
I'm excited to hear this.
So we're there at his place, kind of having a little, make-out situation happening, and he just stops, abruptly just stops. And I'm looking because I'm trying to figure out, like, what happened. Did something fall? Or, I mean, what's wrong? And he says, hold on, I want to make it all nice for you. Huh? And I'm totally confused because I'm like, what, is he going to go make up a bed somewhere? Mm-hmm. No, this guy says, I want to make it all nice for you, and starts pointing down.
What?
What is... Like he wants to put a bow on it?
I was like, it was just so weird. And so he just hops up and, like, jogs into the bathroom. And I'm sitting there waiting, like, so I hear clippers and stuff.
He's manscaping. All right.
Oh, my gosh.
So he stopped your makeout session to get up and go trim his area.
The edges.
Yeah.
I guess so. He didn't come out with a new haircut, so I guess so.
What did you say to him when he came out of the bathroom?
I just said, oh, look at that. It's late. I got to go to bed.
I don't blame you.
That's interesting. I've never been in the situation where I'm making out with someone and been like, I mean, I've been where I'm like, oh man, I'm not the best down there right now, but I've never thought this is the appropriate time for me to stop and then go manscape right now. Yeah, or you keep it quiet.
Here's the thing, though. Not when she's, like, in the waiting room. Like, she's there.
That's true. Did he actually say the words, let me make it nice for you, before he did it?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I wonder if he's tried that before and it's worked. Oh, God. I'd love to ask him that. Kelly, aren't you curious?
No, not really.
That's too bad, because he's actually on the other line listening right now.
Are you kidding me?
Wow. Like, that's really why?
I'm sorry. I mean, but that was really weird. I mean, who says that?
It's not that weird. What's wrong with me making sure I'm good for you? I'm looking out for you. I did it for you.
Well, not when I'm standing there ready to go.
I just figured you would appreciate that. I mean, do you like it messy?
In the future, when you're making out with a girl, don't stop her to go get your manscape off.
I normally take care of it, but I've been so busy with moving.
I hate that when I'm busy with other things and then don't have time to manscape. Why not just tough it out at that point and go, all right, this girl, we're going to do stuff. It's not the best right now, but just go ahead and power through.
Jubal, if that's how you think, you obviously don't get many girls.
Or no, maybe you're right. I just am all, hey, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
No, I was moving. I didn't even expect to meet a girl, and Kelly shows up just ready to go.
But, I mean, Matt, think about it. If the tables were turned and Kelly said, just wait a minute, and you heard a razor go in and 5 minutes, like...
I would appreciate that.
Yeah, and you know what, Matt? I actually really would, too. Honestly, I really would. Yeah, if a girl was like, hang on, I'm going to go take care of some things and I'll be back. As a guy, I would think that would be great.
Yes.
See, that's what I mean. I was just trying to be respectful. Kelly, maybe the timing wasn't the best, but you got to admit, it was a nice gesture. And if you think about it, it's kind of thoughtful.
It really actually is.
It's like flowers, really.
He comes back out, shows her, she's like, oh,
yeah, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
And it's in the shape of a heart.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. I'm not that talented.
I mean, you guys wanted me to be honest.
Yeah,
so
no.
I just figured I would tell you what happened.
Thank you very much for being honest. It's an amazing story. I would like to ask if you will go on a second date with Matt, though. I will pay for it.
He'll be ready.
Yeah, trust me. Matt, before you go on a date with Kelly, would you be manscaped before, right, if you knew it was a date?
Everything is done. I manscaped and my apartment is clean.
Oh, my God.
There you go, Kelly. You heard that. He's all ready to go. His apartment is clean. Everything is clean.
Oh,
no. Okay.
You'll do it? You'll go out with him.
I will give him
I'm excited. I think
Hey, we've already had too much information here, man. I don't need to know all that, okay?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.